different. How's it going, everybody? We are here on episode 17 of the Garden Groove podcast. This week we are joined by Tyler Boone. He is an artist, and he also does a bunch of other stuff, like he does a little bit of artist development with Artist Formula. He's got Boones Bourbon, homegrown.
Yeah, baby.
Soon coming Boone's Beer.
Yep.
And then one more, you run a podcast called Industry AF.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Yep.
And I think I hit most of them. I'm sure there's more.
I am co-founder of two music festivals in Charleston.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
One's called the Charleston Songwriters Festival. Partners with my buddy Luke Pierce and David Britt's of Works Entertainment, big management company. Mm-hmm. And we haven't brought that back in a while. It's just like the BMI Key West Songwriters Fest. Yeah. Just like it. We fly down like big writers and stuff. It's just you lose a lot of money putting on festivals. And then another one called Holy City Homegrown Fest because they call Charleston Holy City. Mm-hmm. It says homegrown on that. So we did that. And it was like, that was 1,200 people last year. But I mean, dude, you barely make any money. You have to really sell a lot of tickets and you got to have a lot of bar sales. But yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well,
how do you manage doing all that stuff?
I don't know, man, but I'll put it this way because we're talking about because you just moved back here.
About a year ago. Yeah.
So when I moved here, I couldn't get a job.
Sure.
And so, because I was always like, I play music. Because if I'm going to get asked to go play with somebody or have my own show, I'm going to take off work. Mm-hmm. So nobody wants to hire you. You want to keep someone around, you know? And so I just could never get a job. And so I was like, well, I got to start a company. And so that's just how, and it just, just with music, man, or this kind of art stuff, it just, you kind of like dip your toes in many different things. Things just kind of happen, so.
Yeah, throwing a lot at the wall to see what sticks.
Yeah, and then you get asked, "Can you help me out with this?" You're like, "Oh, I think I might." I know a lot of booking agents that after COVID or during COVID, they all kind of took off and quit. Like the big guys like William Morris or Wasserman or CA or APA, and they're just so good at like solving problems or like working in like TV stuff or intellectual property. They're just because they know everybody,
Right.
So, that's just how it kind of happens, man. I think you just kind of you keep doing this shit for so long, you're gonna eventually do something different,
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
So.
Yeah.
So you came from California last.
Yeah.
And how long have you been in Nashville now?
Last October I moved back.
Okay, cool. So not 7 months about?
What's that? October, November, like 7 months.
6 or 7 months. Wow. So you got a lot. So you started the bourbon company like within the last.
No. It'll be 6 years next week.
Oh, 6. That's right. You said 6 years. So that was were you in Nashville when you first started that, or is that
when the idea happened, 2015? Yeah, I had to deal with I'm not gonna say his name, but a really, really, really big like pop country, typical country manager in his company, and whatever. I'm not gonna say any artists either because it'll give it away, but it was big time stuff. And so, but good documentary is the Sonic Highways Foo Fighters.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
Yep.
And so they go to every big city. Well, in the Nashville one, they have Carrie Underwood and Dan Auerbach, Black Keys, and they asked, what's the Music Row deal? It's back in the day with like Dolly Parton, and you get a publishing deal, and that means you might get a couple words on the record and the singles, but they're having the big writers come in.
Yeah. And
then you get a record deal because it costs like literally minimum like $250,000 or more to now go number one.
Yeah.
On the radio, and so record labels like a bank. And so then if you hit number one, you're a product. And so that was 2015. And so I was just kind of getting courted around with those meetings. And because those meetings were so like insane, I was meeting with everybody. And I didn't know what the hell was going on. I was just like, hey, you show up to this meeting. I'm like, okay. And then they're like, you play country music? I was like, yeah. Like, and I really didn't,
Yeah.
I don't sing about dirt or beer or that. But back then, Florida Georgia Line was freaking huge.
Yeah.
So it was like pop country, big power chords.
Right.
Tequila, I want to see you.
Yeah.
Oh, hell no, dude.
Yeah.
But regardless, it was a cool moment because I was meeting with cool people. And so people thought my last name, Tyler Boone, sounds pretty country.
Yeah.
And so they're like, hey, you started the Spirit, your name on it. It was actually one of my friend's dads. And he kind of knew all this stuff was going on. And long story short, he was like, hey, if you figure it out, I'll pay for it. And I was like, oh, wow, because I had no money.
Yeah.
I was working like, I had like 6 part-time jobs. I did everything.
Mm-hmm.
And, it was crazy, man. But whatever, you had to do what you had to do. And so, long story short, I figured it out. Like your design is called your cola. You got to get licensing. Every state's different.
Yep.
It's crazy. And then you have to, I'm not a distiller.
Yeah.
And you have to find it. And so I was meeting with all these people all over the place. And actually, funny, the distiller I was going to start it with was called 10 South Distillery. Now they're called Big Machine.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's bought by,
It's over in Berry Hill.
yeah, what's his name? Scott Borchetta.
Mm-hmm.
Taylor Swift, all that stuff. And so he bought it, actually, funny enough. This is, way after I was. But I was like, oh, that's so funny. Because I've been in meetings with my distributors where, like, they come in, not Scott, but, like, Big Machine people. I'm like, oh, wow, what a small world. So, but anyway, but we were doing with them, but I didn't have the money. And so I moved back to Charleston, South Carolina for eye surgery, actually. So I was going to move back. And then, long story short, I found a distillery on there called Stripe Big Distillery. I didn't move back because I was like so tired of being broke and I was doing cover gigs again. And then touring, I was always getting big shows living here, but you can't play music in Nashville really like on a regular basis and make money. They'll give you tips. There's not like, hey, you got a trio, here's $300.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In Charleston, it's just like Key West, Florida. Like you can actually, I was doing like $1,000. I was gigging like 6 nights a week, but I was saving up money, which was nice. And so then me and my dad were like, my dad's like, hey, I want to come in on this. He was like, all right, cool. Let's put our money together. We did the first run in 2018. It came out and it was 223 cases, which for us, that was a lot of money. It was like 10 grand.
Yeah.
And then we just kept flipping it.
Mm-hmm.
And here we are. And we had a lot of ups and downs since then. We've had people not pay us, whatever. But the cool thing is it's just like being in a band or an artist. People put money towards stuff all the time, but people have to actually like it. And so we have a brand. And so we've had all these crazy moments of like where we almost lost the company because we had no money because people were stealing and all this stuff. And so what I'm getting at is, but people buy it all the time. And so I was like, Dad, we just gotta keep our head down. And this year we're gonna get back out of the red and be back, positive.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be very cool. Like today, we got a huge order for like 100 cases. It's called Littman Brothers, those green trucks. You see them everywhere. That's our distributor, and today ordered 100 cases. I'm like, wow. So
That's awesome.
So
so yes, that's it. I wasn't dying to do that. It just kind of happened, and now now I'm very passionate about it.
Cool. So, you said you kind of almost stumbled into it. How do you make a bourbon? Like, how do you come up with this is our process, this is what we're going to use, this is how it's going to taste?
It's really not that difficult anymore because there's just big companies that just produce a lot of juice, they call it. And so this is MGP.
I see.
Yeah. And so on the back of most bottles, what doesn't say it on ours, but actually it might. Flip over the back, does it say distilled in Indiana? Because the label's changed a couple times.
It says produced, bottled, and stripped in.
Oh, see, that's old. That's
pig.
so we've had a couple. That's why I'm asking. That label's from like 2018, 2019.
Yeah.
So
by Strip
sometimes
Pig
I'll find an
Distillery.
old label.
Well, it might be you gave me one last time you were here. It might be on that one, maybe.
If it has the
Maybe.
metals on the back, then yeah, it'll say.
It does, yes.
It should say Indiana on the back.
Yeah.
It's supposed to say where it comes from.
Yeah.
And so Indiana, if you see that, that's like automatic green flag. Like, oh, this is MGP.
Okay.
And MGP's in Indiana, right across the border from Kentucky.
Okay.
They make most of everything. Like I don't know if Tito's is out of there still or it was, but they mass produce insane quantities of liquor. So you can go to them and go, hey, cool, I want a mash bill that's high proof, but I want it to have wheat in it or rye. So that's 75 corn, 21 rye, 4 barley. And so that's what we started on. But here's what we did was a little different. It's actually sad that this facility just closed 2 weeks ago. It was our facility that we partnered with. They were called Terrasentia, just like MGP. They had a whole bunch of oh my gosh, some big football player stuff in there. They had they made the Elvis Presley one came out of there. You see that bottle sometimes hanging around. Chicken Cock came out of there for a while. They used to do UFC fighter, the Howler Monkey, the banana whiskey used to come out of there. But then Bardstown, which is a big company called also Green River, they bought them for a second. I think they kind of brought those products up. But whatever, what I'm saying is there's all these big ones where you can go and go, this is what I want. Can you guys basically white label something for me? And so they can do it. So it's very easy. And I get asked to help people all the time. And we have like a couple products I'm helping out where I'm going to, under Boones Bourbon, make these labels for people. But with ours, there's a thing called the Terra Pure process. And it's been around for 25 years. This will make an old dude's head explode. It's been drinking in Tennessee mountains like, drink moonshine.
Yeah.
If you tell them to use technology with bourbon, they're going to freak out.
Yeah.
But that's it. Everybody does it because, like, example, like Bullet, I'm pretty sure is still MGP. High West is an MGP.
Mhm.
I think some Whistle Pig, don't quote me, but I think some might be. I mean, they all source, right?
Mhm.
Because how can every bottle be at every liquor store in every bar in every city, every state? You see
Yeah.
the same brands.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So how are there that many barrels? There's not, right? So what it is,
Mhm.
what this process is, they put in a big vat, and they put like the burnt staves of like the barrel in, and they blast it with ultrasonic waves.
Okay.
Wow.
So that's a
Interesting.
1 year that comes out tasting like a 7.
Wow.
Whoa.
I mean, if you guys want to take a sip, it doesn't taste like 117.
So it is actually it's aged for a year.
It's a year. It's a
Automatically.
year. It comes out the barrel, and then we dump it in this. And it looks like this machine, which now we're with as of last week. We're now with Next Century Spirits,
Mhm.
big facility now outside of Zebulon. A lot of people from that place called Terra Century, that was also named Coastal Pure Bev for a second, are now up there. So it's like easy transition, and they're amazing people, man. I'm so excited we're with them now. But like they make Yellow Wolves. Remember that rapper?
Yeah. Oh yeah, he's got his own, doesn't
Called
he?
Creek Water.
Mm-hmm.
His is 1 day old lightning moonshine. Lightning dog, they call it.
Yeah.
And then they fast age it, and it's a whiskey. And so it comes out brown.
And
Wow.
it's sending sound waves into the bourbon. How long does that process take?
It depends what you're
The-
trying to do.
I guess that
I
makes
don't know
sense.
how long ours is because they don't tell us.
Yeah.
It's
They
proprietary.
kind of keep it under.
But they know
wraps.
I mean, we've won so many awards with this. We've won top 6 world Fords when we won double gold New York 2020. That was nuts. I woke up to it. I was like, wow,
Wow.
what's going on?
Yeah.
We didn't pay for that, because you can pay for articles.
Sure.
Oh yeah.
And we got that, and then we got double gold New York again, and then we got platinum Los Angeles, which that's best of show, and it's the same thing as double gold. It's just how they call it. And then we got double gold San Francisco. That's the biggest one in the world.
Mhm.
We beat Bland's that year,
Wow.
and so people then they always hate us online, like, oh, screw Boone's Bourbon. I think they assumed like we were probably rich
Yeah.
because I play music and like it just looks like a celebrity brand.
Yeah.
And I was like, no, man, this is on credit cards, and people were just like, screw you guys. And then we won that award. People were like, oh, I love Boone's. I'm like,
Uh-huh.
like you,
They flipped.
Call
Yeah.
of Duty, you piece of
Yeah.
So-
So we won tons of awards with that. And so what I'm saying is when we go to these big facilities and they're like, we know what your process is. We've heard of it.
Mhm.
So it's kind of cool. So
That's super.
yeah,
cool.
man.
Very cool. What's your how'd you go about marketing it? Especially like from the start.
You did the same thing I did with my music career,
Yeah.
just social media. And
Sure.
we
Which
did
you're great at.
we did a billboard
Obviously.
before. Thank you, man. I mean, it's my company artist formula that came
Yep.
out with it. We got an Instagram program that logs behind you and watches like stories all day.
Oh,
it's
really?
Your Instagram. Oh yeah. And it's like $5 a day. We do this for huge accounts, but Instagram, man, is just you get all those artists or those entrepreneurs. I know how it works. Like, okay, man.
Yeah.
And I'm like, but then they get on our thing. They go, "Whoa, this is nuts." I'm like, "Yeah, because running an ad does nothing.
Yeah.
I mean, it does do something. You run that in like in a different country, people are gonna follow you. But those
Sure.
those aren't fans,
Right.
right?
100%.
Those are just numbers.
Yeah.
It's hollow. It's hollow following. Yeah.
And if socialblade.com is a
Mhm.
Yep.
great website, and you can go there, and you'll see the bleed. You like people come to us all the time, and I'm like, man, you're losing like. I've had people come with like 1 million followers, and they're losing like 3,000 people a day.
Yeah.
Because they just
Jeez.
ran all these ads.
Yeah.
Yep.
And it got their numbers up, but it's not
It's not getting engaged fans.
yeah, it's like if you're an artist, those people aren't going to come to your show. You know what I mean?
That's
Yeah.
right.
So, but what this does, it just interacts. And so when you have that blue check, people freak out. Oh my God, who's this person?
Yeah.
And it gets them. It's like a, I was talking with this guy Blake McDaniel the other day, really good friend of mine. He used to be really hype at CAA, now he's doing his own thing. And we're talking about Taylor Swift. Like back in the day, she was known because he used to work next to the guy who used to book her. MySpace days, she used to actually write people,
Mhm.
like, "Hey, thank you so much."
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because that's what this thing does because it's not fake. It's just you would lose your mind all day if you did it.
Right. Yeah.
You know what I mean? And by the end of the
physically
day, though, you
cannot.
got to have good content.
Yeah.
You get people all the time. They're like, "I want to get huge." I'm like, "I'm not growing." I'm like, "Dude, you haven't posted in 2 months."
Yeah.
Yeah.
So anyway, but yeah, I just did that kind of social media number one because I can reach you immediately.
Yep.
I've done billboards before. They do nothing for you. It looks really cool on social media.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Fun to say too.
Yeah,
That you had a billboard.
and it's oh man, but
Yeah.
it doesn't make sales. Doing big events with that, sponsorships do nothing for you.
Mm.
It's just you get to write up
Wow.
your taxes. Oh yeah,
Yeah.
totally. Because you do like those big events, people are like, "Hey, we got this bourbon over here, and it's free." Oh, it's free.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They're not actually like,
Oh, let me go
Yeah.
buy
guy
some.
does, but
Yeah.
a sponsorship's like $5-10 grand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? you sell 3 bottles out of it, who
It's
cares?
not really an ROI on that.
No. And so unless you're loaded, you know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Right.
If you're trying to build something, you're burning so much cash just to keep it going. You know what I
Right.
mean? So
Yeah, were you like boots on the ground getting this into liquor stores at first?
still am.
Still are? Yeah. Yeah, how does that process go? Is it just kind of like a sit down meeting or
Uh,
different with everyone?
all in between because when I started it, I thought you have to get in bars.
Oh,
You gotta get in
yeah.
liquor stores, and then bars are second.
Yeah.
And so I used to go to bars like Friday at 5 and go, get the hell out of my bar. I'm like, oh, there's dinner time. Right
Get
now.
out.
You don't understand.
No, dude, you're coming during rush hour.
Yeah.
So that I learned that and I was like, okay, that's not working. And so then what? But they don't tell you shit. And so you go to your distributor and you're like, eventually you're like, what's a ride along? And they're like, oh, we schedule you to come with their reps, and that's how you get it. And so I always got my reps, and they're doing their run with their iPad. Like, hey, this is Mr. Boone. He wants to show you something. And then I'm like, I'm the owner. And then the liquor store, always 9 out of 10 is always like, you came to my store. Heck yeah, you want to do a tasting for me?
Oh, that's
Wow.
cool.
This morning I was at Frugal.
Yeah.
And I sold out again today, which is awesome. And I stand there and then, of course, then also too, a store is going to support you when you support them.
Sure.
So they'll talk about you too. Hey, you should check out this one.
Yeah.
So we're sitting right next to Chris Stapleton's. So
That's so cool.
I'm just kidding. The bottles look exactly the same. Well, that's a Tennessee bottle. That shape.
Mhm.
And his is
Oh, really?
his is Tennessee bottle. Yeah,
That's
but
cool.
his is cool. That's his Buffalo Trace.
Mhm.
I think it's like 36, 39. His bottle.
Hmm.
But yeah, no, that's how you do it. And then after I'm in the store, then I deal with the store and I go and I got a whole book in my book bag where it's got all my dates in it. And every weekend in May, I'm in Kentucky.
Okay.
But usually I'm in Tennessee, Florida, South Carolina. We were in 26 states, and
Wow.
it blew up online the first year.
Yeah.
That's all the money that we got stolen from us.
Uh,
But it was nuts. What I learned, though, is the guy from Charleston Bloody Mary Mix. I don't know if you've ever seen that one.
yeah.
I think he sold it, but, it's from Charleston, where I'm from. And he said something one time that I heard where he's like, if you see something really shiny over here, like someone's offering you a deal.
Mhm.
Like, for example, we had a big deal in Vegas once, and the guy didn't pay us all the way. He's like, don't do it because you're not near them. Just
Mhm.
focus and dig deep in your market.
Yeah.
And you'll see way more than that. And so that's why I left LA last October to come back, because LA is all mezcal, tequila, seltzer.
Yeah.
And over here, it's like, this is religion because Kentucky's right.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah.
It's the
I'll
birthplace.
sit there and be like, oh, man, oh, like, absolutely, brother.
Yeah. Try it.
Totally.
I sign them too. You sign them. No, I'm not making fun of people. I'm just saying, like, over here, you get those people like,
Yeah, right.
But over there, it's like, do you have a high noon?
Yeah.
Like,
They're not
Yeah,
drinking
totally.
anything brown over there.
no,
It's all clear.
Everyone
Yeah, totally.
over there have
Yeah.
like one meal a day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Oh, no.
just you have to be on the ground. I've known so many people to start brands, just like being in a band,
Mhm.
and they lose their mind and they hate it because they're not making any money.
Yeah.
But a lot of brand owners I've met through the years refuse to do that. They think they're
Mhm.
above it. I'm
Yeah.
like,
They think they're
dude,
too good for it.
I'm like, dude, what if you just go every weekend and now all of a sudden now you're doing $10,000 a month out of one state?
Right.
Right.
And that's what we're starting to do now. And I'm like,
That's
okay, this is
cool.
cool. You know what I mean? But before that, I didn't do it.
Yeah.
For maybe 2 years. I would do it like once or twice a month.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, I did my work. And I was like, wait, I got to do this shit all day. You know?
Were you
Yeah.
kind of just like relying on the social media stuff to push it for you?
Yeah, but also
prior to doing
I
that?
also didn't know because I go with my reps and I could see how they're buddy with the liquor store owner.
Oh yeah.
I was like, I'm not buddies with them.
Yeah.
I look like a nuisance when I walk in there.
Yeah.
So I was like, I got to try and really figure out the business.
Yeah.
And it's all about relationships.
Oh,
Yep.
It's just like food and bev.
any business is
Any businesses, yeah.
is relationships.
Hey, everybody. We're interrupting the podcast because we want to show you kind of what's really going on here at Garden Groove. This is a place where people can come in, record podcasts like we're doing now, but we can also record full bands in here. We've also had some people record just drum content or just drum tracks. So there's all sorts of options here. And that's kind of where Jackson comes in.
How's it going, everybody? I'm Jackson Maddox. I am the head audio engineer here at Garden Groove. So we have a lot of great gear now that we are really, really excited to share. The sound in the room is awesome. We've been recording bands in here. We've had people come in and do drum cover videos. And the way that this studio is laid out is so that you can come in here and feel like you can do whatever you can imagine in here. So we would love for you to bring in your next project, whatever that may be, and we would love to just be a part of that and help you out.
And if you also just want to hang out, we're doing monthly master classes. That's every last Monday of the month. So every month we're going to feature a new artist and entrepreneur in Nashville, diving into different Ableton things, diving into different photography and all sorts of different stuff. So you can check that out on all of our socials, and it'd be good to meet you all. And have a good day. And
Signing off. That was good. Yeah, there's a guy I see on TikTok every once in a while that has responsibly vodka, and so his thing is like drink responsibly, and he goes to liquor stores and he films himself, and so he does these like blind taste tests against Tito's, and it's his and Tito's, and his bottle's like $10 cheaper than Tito's.
Nice.
Is his brand called Responsibly Vodka?
Yeah, he's based out of Georgia. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, so I've been looking for it, like waiting for it to show up, because I just love his videos, and I think he's got like such a cool little, like,
That's pretty cool.
he's got a good little thing, because he's doing it in person, but he's also turning it into social media content, and his videos get hundreds of thousands of views.
That's how you do it, man.
It's like he's got to be selling them like crazy.
Dude, there's been so many brands where it's like they hire a social media person.
Yeah.
What's any business?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They just screw you over. $2,000 a month.
Yeah.
I'll manage your social media.
They just hire some 23-year-old. It's like, yeah, I'll do it.
And they don't grow. They just
Yeah.
post every day and go, I did it.
Yeah, and they'll charge a lot for it. But it seems like when you're, especially like for a lot of what you're doing, like you're kind of the brand of it. Like on all your Instagram pages, it says your name across it because you're the brand. Yeah. So it's weird, and it kind of dilutes it when you have other people post for you.
Totally.
Like it's not as authentic. It's not coming from you, and so it's gonna mean more. It's gonna.
You can tell too. You can feel it.
Right.
Yeah.
When you see someone post, you're like,
It's in the way you
can
type a caption, even like the voice that you use when you're writing.
Yeah, you can tell when it's written by AI pretty quick too. Yeah.
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 That or just not you pretending to be you. You
Right.
know, pretending to.
well, you know, there's like AI music now, right?
Yeah. Oh,
I,
yeah.
I've heard, there's like some new websites out now.
There's a pretty
that,
good Drake song that got. It's not a
Really?
Drake song. It's AI. It sounds just like Drake.
So like, there's all these things now. I was meeting with some lawyers last week on another podcast actually, and we're talking about it because this guy's getting more into intellectual stuff.
Yeah.
You know, it's entertainment
Intellectual
lawyer, but
property.
they're really trying to figure it out. And it's like, who owns it?
Yeah.
And
It makes no sense to me.
Do you own your voice?
yeah, but it's like, but they say, well, whoever invented the AI company owns that song? Because what if it goes viral?
Yeah.
Like, well, no, it's the guy that clicked space enter. You know what I mean? In front of the computer.
Right.
And so the way that they're using this one case where this guy, I don't know exactly the whole story, but it was a famous photographer in like South Africa or something, and, and a monkey picked up his camera and just started shooting off, and it became like a very famous picture because it was funny. I love the angle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so they went to court and they tried to like, who owns that picture? And eventually they said it's the guy's camera. The guy, whoever owns the camera, you know, but whatever. They're trying to figure out with AI music. Like,
Yeah.
who owns it?
Yeah.
That's a good example.
Oh, because here's another big thing. So with TikTok and Instagram and Facebook and YouTube will find it immediately. Is if you use someone's music without their permission, it'll automatically now screen it.
Right.
So if you're on a personal account, TikTok or Instagram or Facebook, personal, you can use music because you're going to get paid on the royalty. If your thing's a business account, it'll automatically see it. They might delete it and you'll get sued.
Yeah.
And so one of our lawyers that we used before, he called me once. He goes, hey, I'm just helping you out. I looked at all your stuff on Boones Bourbon. You have so many songs on there that are like Warner Music. You're gonna get sued because we have a skincare company that just went bankrupt because they got sued. They got sued into submission.
Yeah.
And so I had to sit there and delete all of them. And I went through and it had all these claims on it, but they don't tell you that.
Sure.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
They don't notify you about the claim.
So now they're saying,
Wow.
okay, cool, let's go make AI music. And then you know how like, you hear those always like those sad songs on Instagram, or it's like a guy like about motivate. You know, you hear this, the ones you hear all the time. What now they're saying is like, cool, now if you're gonna make AI music, one of it's gonna go viral. Who owns it? And so that's what we're getting at now. Isn't that nuts?
That's
But I
so
think
wild.
it could be cool because the first time I heard about this was with Bruce Willis, right? Like he's got some sort of degenerative disease right now where he
Yeah, he's not good. He lost a tooth and shit.
yeah he
Sad.
I
he,
didn't
like-
realize that.
yeah he like can't speak or something like that anymore.
Oh gosh.
Yeah. So there was rumors that he sold the rights to his voice.
Yeah, now they're gonna use it for like Netflix and
Right. But then, so my thing is like, he spent years developing his voice,
sure.
like how he sounds, and that's artists too.
Yeah.
Like, people can hear like a Taylor Swift song and be like I could have written that. I could have written, but like, no, like you couldn't have done the prep work that, like, you could play the song and that's what they're saying, but it's a different thing to write the song.
Sure.
You know what I mean? Like,
That's years and years of crafting
right.
how Taylor Swift does it.
So an AI can copy that, but, you know, it's not like, I don't know. I think they should still get rights to, I don't know, their original sound because that's where it came from. So maybe it's just more royalties.
Well,
Maybe lawyers work it out. And it's
If
actually
the
a good thing
AI
for
is
us.
being fed every Taylor Swift song that's ever been written and then is being told, okay, spit out a Taylor Swift song, then it should go. It should be, because it's
Yeah.
it's not creating a Taylor Swift song out of nothing. It's
Yeah.
taking every
Data.
instrumental, every lyric, every sound, and then piecing that together using all the information it has access to.
Yeah,
to then
she's the
spit something
database.
out. But yeah, she's the original database
Yeah.
for it. So I feel like that should answer the question.
But then someone could be like, well, we own the masters. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And like when Big Machine bought her
Yeah.
stuff, and then, but dude, you don't want to send any smoke to her fan base. You know what I mean?
No, dude, we're gonna get doxxed. Please don't.
She's
come for us.
untouchable.
Untouchable.
She's
and-
totally
and
untouchable.
her fan base is like, screw it, and then she recorded all her stuff, and I'm sure all those masters they bought, it was probably a huge tank
Oh yeah.
because all their fans are like, I don't listen to the old stuff, I listen to this stuff.
100%.
yeah,
Oh
yeah,
my
they'll
God.
do it. That's the crazy thing.
Yeah.
Is that not only did
so
she
loyal.
re-released every album, but it wasn't just a symbolic thing. People were like,
Yeah.
"Oh no, I don't listen to the original version
Because
anymore."
that's my Taylor.
Yeah, she was under the control of
There's
Scooter
some funny
Braun.
YouTube stuff.
Yeah.
where like they're making fun of her fan base. We're like, I'll kill you.
Oh yeah,
It is so.
everyone's
pretty
afraid
accurate.
of getting doxxed. Like they're gonna release my address.
There
They're
was
gonna
one
say
where,
where my
like,
parents live.
cartoon Travis Kelce trying to break up with her, and she's like, "What? Like,
Yeah.
No, I didn't mean it, baby."
Oh, I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
She's like, "Okay, I thought you were gonna." And all the fans are like looking at them. It's like an NFL game. It's so fun.
That's funny.
Oh man, but
Yeah.
but I mean, dude, here's one. How old are you?
28. Yeah.
28.
28.
Next month.
34. I feel you guys are not Gen Zs, right?
I'm kind of on the cusp. Yeah.
Yeah,
I would
we're on
say
the
a little
edge, right?
half and
But
half.
you grew up. I mean, you guys are what? That's 6 years younger than me. So you still grew up times where there still wasn't like full internet.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
We
had dial
We're
up
like
when I
the
was
last. We are the last.
Did you really?
Yeah, for like the first few years, like till I
Really?
was about 7.
Like what? Dial up.
Yeah,
Wow,
yeah.
I don't think I had
we
dial-up.
switched over in like 01 or 02.
Really?
With like blankets to sneak on in the middle of the night.
Yeah.
Just full panic, like, oh, I'm on,
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
That's so funny.
but what I'm saying is like we're like the last ones to remember to like. I mean, everyone has depression or trauma now or something, but like you really kind of didn't back then because you had to force yourself to go feel something. You have to just wake up and
Yeah.
that's funny.
Yeah, boredom is gone. That's what a lot of people are saying. Like,
Yeah. No one's bored anymore.
no one's bored anymore,
Can't
so
be
no one's
bored.
like sitting.
Just getting zapped something every day.
Yeah.
Yeah, no one's like sitting with those feelings.
If I'm
anymore or
walking from
something.
one room to the other, sometimes I find TikTok has opened up without
Dude,
me really thinking about it.
I'll do
you
the
know,
same
like,
shit.
I
It's
have
horrible.
TikTok open. Isn't that bad? I hate to even say that out loud, but yeah, like I'll be walking across the house, and then all of a sudden, without even thinking, I'm like, I'm watching a TikTok.
Dude,
right now.
I'll
What's
do the
happening
same
to me?
thing.
Like,
But then
it's like autopilot.
yeah, but then
it's so bad.
the VR headset's gonna come out, and you're
Dude,
gonna be walking
no.
to your fridge with a headset on.
I'm gonna
watching
refrain from buying one of
4
those.
different YouTube channels at the same time.
Yeah, Apple Glass. I have a YouTube video going here in a spreadsheet.
Is that what it looks like?
Uh,
Like you can actually put shit up and you can.
Yeah, you can
What?
grab it
Yeah.
and move it around. You can have like
It's like
a
Star
movie-
Trek, dude.
It's totally Star Trek.
because you can see through it, so you can still interact with the real environment and have XL and a movie and a video game paused all at the same time. It's ridiculous.
Well, we do that already, right? Like we'll have
Different screens.
Yeah,
like
you're
I'll
on your
say-
laptop and the TV's playing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We already do it. And my phone's open while I'm editing while a horror movie's playing or while Borat is playing. now.
Yeah.
It's crazy, man. But like,
stimulation.
but also there is beauty in it where it's like you can really become an entrepreneur these days.
That's
Yeah,
right.
You can
You know?
learn a
That's
lot.
what you did. Yeah.
Oh, I mean, but same with you, right? That's why I found you.
Sure.
You know what I mean? It's like it really does good stuff. I just feel like we got to try and make sure you don't lose your mind. Over it.
Yeah.
It's like being mindful of it,
Something can be, yeah.
using it to your advantage and trying not to let it use you.
Yeah, dude. Because there'd be days where I'm like, I gotta go to the gym, dude. What am I doing? You know what I mean? It'd be like 2 days of just like really crushing work.
Yeah.
But I'm like, dude, I have like an amazing pool in my apartment. There's 2 pools, like a lounge. I still haven't been in it yet. But like I looked over and there's just people. I was like, oh, you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
all day I'll work. I mean, I love to work.
I'm in the same boat too, but yeah, I'll be working a bunch and I do love it, genuinely. But yeah, then I'll see.
Especially when you get a lot of stuff done.
Yeah,
you
it's a
feel-
good feeling.
It's a good, like, full kind of feeling. But then I'll see people on Instagram traveling or something. Like,
Yeah.
shoot, I should be traveling more. I
Well,
should be doing something.
So
I should be doing something.
what do you do full time?
I'm a realtor and property
That's right.
manager. Yeah,
That's right.
yeah. So,
And then with
Well, and music on the side.
well, in music,
Dude,
yeah, I make
he's
money
mixing
from,
stuff.
from mixing and
Mastering.
recording people, and that's growing too. So that's been cool.
good for you.
Right now, I'm still at that phase where everything that comes in, I'm just kind of putting back into the business just to
Sure.
so I can charge more and have
Yeah,
a
yeah,
better
yeah.
setup. But yeah, doing real estate, and that's a really great world to know about because
Sure.
it's
Genetics.
that's sort of my that's kind of what's going to facilitate all of the other fun stuff. I mean, just like you with your different ventures, it's like doing real estate is going to be, for me, that's going to be how I am able to bankroll like building a studio and,
Yeah.
and having a more profitable recording business.
My company
So,
artist forum is the one that
yeah,
funds everything.
yeah, exactly.
Like I'm about to go buy
really?
some 4-year bourbon barrels
Mhm.
personally and put into the. I'll pay myself back, but
Right.
you know what I mean. So
Yeah.
you have to. I know so many agents were like, I kept on this huge big client.
Yeah.
I dropped everybody else, but I need them because I'm starting my own agency. They just need revenue coming in.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I always wonder about that kind of stuff. Like, with someone like you that has so many different, where's the metaphor? So many different things on the
Irons in the
fryer.
fire.
Yeah. It's always so, I'm always so curious, like, how do you delegate your time with all that stuff?
Yeah, it's
And because, in a certain degree, it's like, if you're doing everything, you're doing nothing kind of thing.
totally.
and the-
It's a whole day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you get
You're like,
people,
Open up this email box. Open up that one. Someone calls you.
yeah.
Mhm.
You're like, dude, I only had coffee today.
Yeah.
It's like 4.
It's
You
a
ever-
weird balance. But then you have people like Bill Gates. All he did was Microsoft.
Sure.
So for me personally, I get into a place where I'm like, shoot, like, am I doing too many things? Should I just be doing Garden Groove stuff? Should I just be doing my own production stuff?
Sure.
Should I just be? I'm trying to get into running too, like really get into running.
Nice.
It's like, is
Just
that
be a pro runner like like your dad was.
I'd like to do some fast times. Maybe make the trials, but like,
I run a lot.
yeah.
Yeah.
But
That's my thing to make me feel better.
that you feel good.
Yeah, you feel
feel
great.
good, and you feel you
Back
feel
feels good because you're all day you're doing this.
yep, dude. And when you run too, like most of my day,
To like really start. Oh, there it is.
totally, it feels like the lower back. You'll kind of correct it a little bit.
But it feels good though.
It feels good. Yeah.
I go to chiropractor a lot too, but
Who's your chiropractor?
I just go to the joint.
Okay.
It's like there's a whole bunch of them.
You
Yeah.
should go to the musician's physician.
Where's that?
He is my buddy Charlie, Dr. Charlie Couts. He's also a runner.
Nice.
And he only works with musicians as a chiropractor.
That's insane.
So he's gone on the road with like, he's not always on the road, but when he does go on the road, he's been on the road with Greta Van Fleet, I believe, cracking backs before they go on stage.
Oh,
Um,
I love it, dude.
Lewis,
You go, you go to chiropractor?
I haven't been in a while, but I'm planning on
But you go.
going back. You haven't been
from
in a
time to
while.
time, yeah.
It's great.
It's great.
It's
You feel
great.
great.
I think people think it's like,
Pseudoscience.
yeah.
Yeah.
My mom does. She's
Yeah.
like, what are you doing? I'm like,
It's not
"Dude."
real. It's like it
Well,
feels
I
good.
was hit by a car when I was like 14.
Oh, really?
Really.
He fucking smoked me. So I just dropped an F-bomb.
No, it's fine. We're
okay.
good.
That's fine.
We're good.
She fucking smoked it.
Yeah, just fuck-
and then I was on my bike right in front of my high school, and I started freshman year 3 days later. And I was riding my bike to cross country practice. I used to run all the time, right?
Mhm.
Years. And she was like, "You okay?" And I was like, "I don't know." I was so much in shock. And I'm like,
Yeah.
took off.
Oh my god.
That's
And then the
awful.
cops found her. And
Yeah.
the cop knew her. And he was like, "Oh, she didn't do it." I came from a very small town out of Charleston. It's called Goose Creek.
Goose Creek. All the Goose Creek people are mad now.
Dude, yeah.
They got their pitchforks out, dude.
You can't. My dad still lives there, but no, I mean, I got great friends there. But it's just in college, flirting at a party. So you're from Charleston? Yeah, I'm from Charleston.
Yeah, Charles.
My buddy's like, he's from a town called Goose Creek.
Don't listen to him.
I'll say Goose Creek. But anyway, but because of that, so good, man.
Yeah.
It's good for you. But if I don't,
Oh, yeah.
if I don't go to the chiropractor though, then I'm totally screwed.
You can feel it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Getting older now, man. 34. Like I
Yeah, you're an old man.
bed, like a nice king size mattress. Like spent a ton of money on it.
Sure.
And I got like all these Tempur-Pedic pillows. So
You're just
yeah.
mummied into position.
How old are you?
you can't even roll over if you want.
Yeah. You got the sleep settings
Yeah,
going
Just
and
like,
the
Jesus Christ. Where are you going?
leg elevation.
I'm going out. Oh, all right. It's 9 o'clock.
I'd move if I
That's
could.
awesome.
Just already knocked out, snoring.
Yeah, totally.
Anyway, but running's great, man. I love it. Are you trying to get like mile times, or you trying to do 5Ks, or?
I'm trying to go for the half marathon and marathon.
Whoa, nice.
Yeah, I think I could be able to qualify for the trials if I do everything well.
Sure.
But I'm looking at just like 110 half marathon if I can.
Sweet.
Do like Boston. My brother's a really good runner too, so if I could kind of catch up to him a little bit, and
Nice.
we used to, back when I was in pretty good shape, it was just cool to like win a race with your brother.
That is
Yeah.
cool.
Like there's not a lot of families that can say
Sure.
something like that.
That is very cool.
So I'm trying to get back to there, but yeah, it's fun.
It
It
is.
feels good. Good. I always like runners too. I've never not liked a runner.
It's like a drug.
It totally is. You're like 20 minutes in. You're not like, you're breathing fine. Your knees don't feel like
Yeah.
hell.
Mhm.
You're just moving.
Once
It's
you
a
get
great
back-
feeling.
I feel like you never lose it too. You can get out of shape and get back into shape,
Yeah.
but even when you're out of shape, you can still run 3 miles.
Yeah.
Just slower.
Yeah. Yeah. And yeah, pace doesn't matter at all too. Like one man's marathon is another man's mile.
Yeah.
Like
It's a good term.
it just depends.
We got one more
where it's all
question.
coming from.
What shoes you wearing?
My day today was Ghosts, Brooks Ghosts, but my foot's been hurting, so I moved to a Saucony shoe. So much cushion. Like the first time I wore it, it felt like I was running in sand. Like
Cool.
you sink in so much. So that's helped my foot a little bit. And then when I'm racing, I'm doing the Tempos by Hoka.
Cool.
Tempos?
I was always
I think it is.
straight Brooks all the time.
Brooks is great.
Always just trying different ones.
Yeah.
Pretty ugly looking, but
Yeah, it doesn't look good. Yeah, but then
They get the job done.
Yeah.
my dad used to call them birth control shoes because I was gonna say.
Sure.
I was like, yeah.
But then Hoka totally led into that. Have you seen Hoka shoes before? They're just like, they used to be like dad shoes for dads with like back pain.
Oh yeah.
And like
Shape ups.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
Skechers.
the cushion's like this much.
Oh yeah.
But then they caught on, and now like all the pro runners are wearing Hoka shoes because of all the foam at the bottom.
Nice.
But
Cool.
yeah.
What do you guys do? You want to do some music?
Yeah,
I
I
was
was actually,
thinking that. Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna ask you, maybe just give us like a brief background on how you got into music and
Sure.
kind of where your music journey started, and I
Yeah.
assume Charleston, and took you different places.
It was Blink-182.
Okay.
You know
Didn't they
Oh,
play
yeah.
here recently?
what?
Didn't they play here?
Man, I had tickets too.
Oh no.
I'm flying out to San Diego with my buddy James Frill. We played together for 10 years. He's still my bass player sometimes, but now he's in San Diego. Going to the Padres Stadium. See Blink-182. It's good.
Nice.
Awesome.
Oh, dude.
But Blink was it. It was like 8th grade on a
Oh yeah.
field trip in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. Man, I've had crazy allergies.
Yeah, it's bad here.
I saw it. I was like, like MTV, and I was like, I thought that was really cool. And then I was in metal bands in high school.
Mm-hmm.
We were terrible, but I had like the half stacks. And,
Oh yeah.
What was the name?
oh man, we're untitled. That's
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay.
no one sang, and we just we played ballad bands was the biggest thing at my high school. Like, but I remember like we finally got kind of decent, and we're like, oh, we're gonna kill it this year, and then hardcore music came out, like screamo emo stuff,
Yeah.
and this band got up there, and the girls were just like
Yeah.
wearing Metallica t-shirt, like we were,
Oh
Totally.
yeah.
we were trash.
Y'all were like
The other guys
80s
were hot.
thrash metal.
Yeah, and these guys were hot.
Yeah, they had like the hair,
wearing girl pants. It was the first time I saw
skinny jeans,
They were-
guy liner.
that. But they were wearing
Yeah, right.
chick jeans.
Oh,
I was like,
actually
what is that? Oh, those are girl jeans.
Isn't that the Robert Plant move?
Yeah, dude. They're like,
Yeah.
"Oh, excuse me, pussy." I'm like, what?
Yeah.
I was like, what?
You got to wear their clothes to get them to sleep with you.
Killing it.
Have
It was all
mercy.
these guys in the soccer team and an emo band. I was like, what is happening, dude? Anyway, but that was the coolest thing ever. But then my dad bought me, this is kind of the end of it, where it kind of changed everything. My dad bought me a Crossroad DVD of Eric Clapton,
Mhm.
2008. And I was like, you can play guitar like that? And so I definitely like live electric. I for sure pull like Steve Ray Vaughan, which is amazing. I get that comment. I'm not Steve Ray Vaughan, but I play like that.
That's like your style,
blues,
yeah.
And then just started touring. Like I was like 16, and then 18 started getting shows, and it was really cool.
Wow.
And then I lived here for a year, 2015, and you can't really. I mean, I was touring a lot with bigger bands. That was pretty cool, I guess, and like their opener. But when I was not living here for that 1 year, 2015 to 16, that's how I made a living for years.
Mhm.
And it was cool. It was really cool. But eventually I saw, obviously music number one, like I'm headlining, I haven't announced it yet. Headlining 3rd and Lindsley, August 29th, which I've never done that before. So that's going to be really exciting and also nerve-wracking. But I did the Troubadour in LA, and I would compare, they're kind of the similar because they're old and they're 2 floors and everyone knows them. And I did like over 300 tickets there.
Wow.
And
That's awesome.
It's because we promoted the living crap out of it.
Yeah.
But so whatever. But I'm saying, I just I got really into blues music.
Yeah.
But I'm not gonna play. One song if I play 4, but I don't, who knows how much I'm gonna play. But one song is blues. But you gotta do songs though. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But if it's live and it's a festival, no one really cares. Well, they do care.
Yeah, you can kind of jam at
but
a
they
festival.
just like you just jam.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
It's a little more freeform.
but if it's this, you got to have songs. So this song I did 2016 when I was living here, not far from here. A guy named Brandon McCaff, and he did some Casey Musgrave stuff. He did Blues Traveler. He did some cool shit, and I was gonna work with Ian Fitchuk at that time.
Mhm.
Ian Fitchuk is actually Casey Musgraves, Ridges. He did the big Casey Musgrave stuff.
Cool.
And I didn't work with him, and now I'm kind of like, oh, maybe I should have. But also everything comes for a reason. Brandon McCaff was amazing, but Ian Fitchuk wasn't Ian Fitchuk yet. And whatever, I was meeting around, and the reason I like Brandon McCaff a lot was because I feel like he was. I mean, Ian Fitchuk is definitely a producer, but I'm just saying. But out of everybody else I was meeting with, he was more the producer.
Mhm.
I was meeting a lot of engineers.
Yeah.
And so it was between those two guys, and I just ended up going with Brandon just because I bet now I could never get Ian Fitchuk to do anything. He's way too expensive. But but it was just also between those two guys, and I just went with Brandon because I think we just kind of felt like more friends, and he made that record sound so like real. It wasn't like super polished,
Yeah.
and
So-
you could hear the instruments, but he produced the record, and it was really cool. I did that's what Kickstarter still a thing.
Yeah.
That was cool, man. So anyway.
It all came back to you. The fire went out and there's nothing that we can do. I took a light and I threw it in the rain. But life goes on, I can tell that you're still the same. Well, I'll go and take my things. You took it all except your little paper wings. Going back to the things I used to love. When I look up, I know I won't see you above. paper wings. Paper wings, both our hearts, they must pay their dues. I'll admit I'm excited I won't be seeing you. Yet hurts, we must carry on. I'll be gone in the morning still, singing this song. I'll go in, take my things. You took it all except your little paper wings. Going back to the things I used to love. When I look up, I know I won't see you above. We've all been here before. They say we gotta hold on. I don't want to anymore. I just want you gone, gone. I'll go in and take my things. You took it all except your little paper wings. Going back to the things I used to love. When I look up, I know I won't see you above. Paper wings. Paper wings. Paper wings. Paper wings. We'll do a blues one. This is when I was young. I guess it's my biggest one on Spotify. It's like almost 3 million. But it came out 2016, so it's had a long time to do that.
Still 3 million.
Yeah, man. It's like, it's like $500. So just kidding. Yeah, this is when I was young. I was pretty young when I came out with it, but it's a fun one. So. When I was young, got my first guitar. I would have put it down, thought it'd taken me far. My teachers would say, boy, you better get it straight. To make it out here, gotta pick your own way. When I was young, went as far as I could go. I didn't look back once, I never moved slow. When I was young, my mother would say, you better get it right and make your own way. When I was young, got my first guitar. I didn't put it down, thought it'd taken me far. My teacher would say, boy, you better get it straight. To make it out here, gotta pick your own way. This is an old song I wrote a long time ago. Recorded it, sounded really young, and I was like, I can't keep that. And so we re-recorded it, and I'm really stoked we did. It's called That's When You Call Me. Every time you call me, I come running you, just like you're a little fool. You keep to be amused. Why aren't you ever around when I come looking for you? You got your friends tell me that you've gone out, not around. That's when you call me. That's when you call me. That's when you pick up the phone, 'cause you're not alone, and call me. Why do I play myself with this silly game? Nothing is different, girl. Yeah, you're still the same. I've gotta get away. Yeah, you know it's true. We can't keep this up. That you've gone out, not around. I can't quit you. Strung out on ya. I know that you're alone. That's when you call me. That's when you call me. That's when you pick up the phone, 'cause you're not alone, and call me. That's when you call me. That's when you call me. That's when you pick up the phone, 'cause you're not alone, and call me. And I'll come running. Sweet. But this was fun, man. Thanks for letting me do it.
Thanks for doing it, dude.
It'd be cool to do it again. Some of those songs they're not mixed yet, but Ryan, who you met, is mixing them. Mm-hmm. And so we got a new record coming, and then
sweet.
August 29th playing 3rd and Lindsley.
Yep.
That's gonna be awesome.
I'll be there.
We're gonna rage, dude. When I did the Troubadour, like big show like that, and I was hungover for 2 days. That was wild. You know what I mean?
Sure.
But friends fly in, that'd be cool.
Yeah.
And then yeah, you know, we got a barrel age coming soon with that.
Yep.
The beer, I don't know when it's gonna come to Nashville. We got a distributor though. I just got to get get the brewery straight. But other than that, man, just working, dude. You know, I mean, you know, what do you guys got coming up? We'll just sign off with that.
I have got some projects that I'm working on right now. I'm doing a lot of mixing and mastering. Had 2 songs come out on Friday that I mixed, and then got a couple more coming down the pipeline.
Sure.
And then with real estate, we just went under contract on 6 Airbnbs with somebody.
What?
So pretty exciting on that end. Yeah.
Oh, that went?
Congrats.
Yeah, closing day's May 9th, so let's all knock on some
That's my
wood.
birthday.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
on your birthday,
It's a
so
good
I'll be
day.
taking you to dinner.
Hell yeah, I'm there.
Take everybody to dinner.
Happy early birthday,
All
dude.
for it. Thanks.
So
Nice.
that's what I got going on. Just kind of
Congrats,
riding
that's
the
dope.
wave and trying to keep my head above water.
That's pretty sick, dude.
Yeah.
What about you?
I should be releasing some singles under my own little solo project, TJF. That should be
Nice.
coming out, I'm hoping in May, maybe mid-May or so, if I promote it right.
Sure.
And then for Garden Groove, we're starting up a masterclass website that's in addition to the current Garden Groove site.
Sure.
So we're getting, this month we have Tim Buell coming in. He's talking about drums and how to find your sound and a little bit of audio engineering that goes along with it.
Sure.
We're uploading that to the website, and then once the website's up, people can access past and future masterclasses. So we get a live audience in here.
Cool.
From now on, we're just going to be getting producers to come in. So I'm talking to some pretty cool people to come in. We got Austin Cannon coming in. He's pretty big on Instagram.
Sweet.
He's coming in September, so a little further down the line, but it's a monthly thing, the
Nice.
master classes, and I'm really excited about that.
What
So the website, once it's up, it's a subscription-based thing, so people can pay
Killer.
$20 to get access to all the past and future
God,
master classes.
That's great.
I'm excited for it.
Yeah. What's his name? He's a killer producer but drummer. He lives here. He plays with John Mayer sometimes.
Oh, Sterling. Aaron Sterling.
Yeah, it's like his Instagram's Sterling or something.
Yeah, Aaron.
You ever with him?
I've reached out to him. I think I'm going to have, if I want to get him, I probably have to go through like a friend of a friend
Sure.
to be able to get him.
I'm saying he's pretty stellar, and he does the masterclass thing too. I've seen
He's
it.
fantastic. Yeah,
Yeah.
he does his own at
Yeah.
like a real high end.
Sure,
But
sure.
it'd be cool to have like an intimate thing here with
Heck
him.
yeah, dude. Well, if you ever hear any, Parker Yens, I should connect you to him. So
Sure.
he knows a lot of cool other guys. So
Yeah, man, please.
but
Thank
you know, awesome hanging. Keep the bottle. There's not
Please,
much left
thank you.
in there, so maybe we'll drink it after this. I don't know.
Yeah.
Well, thank you guys so much.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Man.
absolutely.
This is fun.
Thanks for coming on.
Woo!
Good
All right.
times. All right. And we're out.
We're
Cool.
out.
Nice. Thanks, guys. When I was young, got my first guitar.